daylight will come. I'm beginning to feel pretty cold. How about you? Hello? You haven't gone to sleep, have you?
No, not asleep.
Oh. I thought you might have dozed off. I did a while ago. My eyes refused to stay open any longer. I couldn't imagine where I was when I woke up. I forgot all about the damned wreck.
You're so fortunate enough to be able to sleep. I wish I could sleep and just forget all this.
Calm now. You mustn't keep thinking about it. That won't do you any good. Brace up. We should have got out of this mess all right. I figured it all out. You know how long the time was between the time we hit the derelict? It was the derelict we hit, wasn't it?
I believe so.
Well, the wireless is going all the time, if you remember. One of the officers that told me we had multiple responses from ships saying they were going to come help us. One of them is sure to pick us up.
In this fog?
This will all go away as soon as the sun comes up. I've seen plane like this in my country place, the Connecticut shore. Not as thick, but nearly as bad. And as soon as the sun came up, it'd be gone by the morning.
You do realize we are in the Grand Banks, the home of fog.
I must say you're not a very cheerful companion. Why did you look on the bright side? The Grand Banks. Well, I refuse to be scared.
My intentions aren't to make our situation seem more sinister than it is. I have every hope that we will eventually be rescued, but I wouldn't hope for too much. It just makes disappointment more bitter when it comes.
I suppose you're right, but I can't help being optimistic.
Remember how downcast you were yesterday when we failed to hear a sound of the ship?
You're forgetting the fact there was no sun yesterday. That kind of weather can last forever.
Perhaps we couldn't see the sun on account of the fog.
I'll admit, I did feel pretty dismal yesterday after that terrible thing happened.
You mean the child died?
Yes. I thought that poor woman would never stop crying. Her cries are just awful. And this fog and no other sound anywhere.
It was the most horrible thing I've ever seen or heard of. How could anything be so full of tragedy?
It was enough to give anyone the blues. Besides, my clothes are wet, and I was freezing cold. You can imagine how merry I felt. I don't do any drying now, but some might feel warmer.
You think the child's death was a terrible thing?
Yes, of course. Don't you?
No.
Just a moment ago you
I
said.
was speaking of the mother's grief and despair, but death was kind to the child. It saved him many long years of sordid drudgery.
I don't know as I agree with you there. I find life pretty well, and everyone has a chance in this world, and they just have to make sure they get through it.
What chances did that poor child have? He was naturally sickly and weak from underfeeding. What glowing opportunities did life hold out that death should be regarded as a blessing? I mean, if he possessed the ordinary amount of ability and intelligence, considering the fact that he's an average child of ignorant Polish immigrants, then surely his prospects of ever becoming anything but a beast of burden weren't so bright, were they?
Why, of course not. But
If you could bring him back to life, would you do so? Could you conscientiously drag him out of that fine sleep of his and make him face what he has to face, leaving the poor mother's joy out of the question, which is good for him individually?
perhaps I'm looking at it from that standpoint.
There is no other standpoint. The child was diseased at birth with a hereditary ill that only the most vital men could shake off.
You mean?
I mean poverty. The most prevalent and deadly diseases of them all.
Oh, that's it, huh? Well, this is a pretty necessary disease, and you'll hardly ever find a cure for it. I take it you're a bit of a reformer.
No, but there are times when the frightful injustice sickens me with life in general.
I find life rather well. I don't know if I did you even if I could.
Spoken like a successful man. I mean, you are a successful man, are you not?
Yes, you can call me so, I guess. I've made my little pal, but it was noisy time, let me tell you.
But you do have some advantages, did you not? You had a clean home and plenty of food to eat and education and so forth.
Why, yes, I went to high school, of course, and then all the other things you mentioned. Well, my people weren't poor, but they also weren't rich either. Why do you ask?
Do you think you'd be satisfied and successful with life if you weren't handicapped like that poor little child would be if he were still alive?
Oh, I don't know. I mostly used to think about what could have been. I'm not responsible for the way the world is run.
But supposing we are responsible.
What?
Supposing we, the self-satisfied members of society, are responsible. We see misery all around us and we do not care. We ignore it as a matter of fact. So aren't we partially responsible? Have you thought of that?
No? There's no use of thinking about what could have been.
I see. It's a case of what Hecuba see, that you should weep for her.
Hecuba? You mean the woman? You can't accuse me of any heartlessness there. I never felt so sorry for someone in my life. I was actually crying myself at one point. I felt so sorry for her. By the way, she hasn't made a sound since it got dark last evening. Is she okay? Can you check up on her? She's nearer to you now than I am.
She's very still. She's probably sleeping.
Some sleep would do a world of good.
She still holds the body close to her breast. I suppose you have.
Excuse my interruption. But have you noticed how light's been getting? It didn't strike me until now, when you turned your face. Just a few moments ago, I was going to talk your blonde or brunette.
No, this fog would only lift.
This fog's going to lift. We'll wait and see. And optimism is well justified. But what was it you were trying to say a moment ago?
I was saying, I suppose you haven't seen this woman on board.
No. I was in the swamp here playing bridge most of the time. I'm not much of a sailor. I don't really care much about the water. I didn't even know where to Europe because the wife and the girls insisted we should. I was bored to death. Anything to get away from it all. And no, sir, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. I built my business up from nothing. It's sort of like a child of mine. The further away I am, the more unease I feel. I hate leaving in strange hands. As for traveling, little New York and the grand USA is good enough for me. But you guys ever seen the world before? No. I've never seen it. I never went down to the steerage. I know some first-class passengers did, but I never did. It's sort of a filthy hole, isn't it?
It's not so bad. I've spent quite a good deal of my time down there.
You're a Rosa reformer.
No, simply because I find the people in the steerage more interesting than the ones in the second class. I'm not a reformer. It's not in the professional sense.
Don't mind my asking, what particular line are you in?
I'm a writer.
I knew you were something of the sorts. I knew you weren't a businessman the moment I heard those socialistic ideals of yours. You prefer the idea of socialism, but much is impractical. Never to come about, only dream.
I'm not a socialist, especially. Just a humanist, that is all.
What particular kind of writing do you do?
I write poetry.
How much money in that is there?
No?
Say, I'm beginning to feel kind of hungry. Is that a box of crackers near you? I never thought parts could taste so good. I'm gonna have some?
No. Thought of that poor woman just takes all my hunger away. I used to watch her play at the theater with a child who is now dead. And that was her only child. She should have seen the look on her face. It was so wonderfully tender as she bent over him. What will her life be now that death has robbed her from the only recompense for her slavery? It seems such needless cruelty. Why wasn't I taken instead? For I have no family or friends to weep, and I'm not afraid to die.
You take things to heart too much. That's just like a poet. She'll forget all about it, probably sooner than you will. We all forget things sometimes. What devil or what would it be if we didn't? But funny when you come to think of it. I mean, how we all ended up on this boat. It's a mystery to me how she ended up here. For there's no oars, yet there's plenty of food. I don't know if you remember, but there was no lack of lifeboats. After all the women and children were taken off, I was ordered on. Then we rowed away. The damn thing smashed into something, for it started to leak like a seed. And in spite of my bailing, we were soon in the water. But that's when I heard the sound of voices. And I decided to jump into one of the boats. I must have got lost in the fog for when I was pretty nearly all in. It was this one. And you and she were in it. But what I want to know
It
is...
is easily explained. Have you ever felt so full of disappointment and weary of life that death only appeared to you as the only way out?
Hardly. What's happening?
Listen, and you will see. That is the way I felt. Sick of life, and I was longing for soul sleeping, and when the ship hit the derelict, it almost seemed providential. There was the answer to my solution. I was going to go down with the ship, and everyone that knew me was going to think of my death of an accident.
You mean you were going to...
I was going to die. Yes. When the ship was going down, I hid in the steerage, fearing that some of the officers were going to insist on saving my life. So, when everyone finally left, I came out and I started walking around the main deck. That's when I heard voices come from a dark corner. There she was and her child. You may ask why were they left behind. I don't know, but it was wrong for me to leave them here. So I did the next best thing, and I looked around and I found this empty boat. And I persuaded the woman to climb on board, and I lowered the rest way down. There she went. She finally went into the fog. The suspense was killing me.
I hope you abandoned that suicide idea.
I have, yes, absolutely. I like to think that everything that has happened to me was an omen sent by the gods to convince me that my past is my past and my fortune will change for the better.
You know, that's sometimes a good thing. Believing in omens and all.
But if I would have known what sufferings she would have undergone, then I would have left her there with the ship and let her sink with it. I would have gone myself.
Stop thinking about it. You couldn't help it. I wonder what is the child died of. I thought it was a secret. I heard choke, cough, and then she commenced to scream. I will never forget the screams for the rest of my life.
The child was naturally frail and delicate, and I suppose the fright and exposure combined created some kind of convulsion. It was dead when I went to go see what was the matter.
It must be getting lighter. It must be time for the sun to rise. If we're going to have any sun, that is.
It was right around this morning, yesterday, when poor child died.
Let's stop talking about this. She might wake up and start screaming again. I can't stand that.
She doesn't understand English.
She'll know we'll be talking about the child just the same. Mothers have an instinct. I've seen it in my family more than once.
Have you ever lost any of your children?
No, thank God!
You may as well thank God, even if people do, as you claimed, forget so easily.
You're not married, are you?
No.
I knew you weren't married. You people with artistic temperaments seem to run towards infinities more than wives. I suppose you have plenty of those?
Do you hear that?
Do I hear what?
A moment ago when you were speaking, it sounded like a steamer's whistle or something. There. Don't you hear it?
By God! It's a steamer!
She must be coming this way.
I can see the wrong thing! Damn this fog!
Let's hope it will. We run as much risk of getting run into than actually being saved.
Can't we yell or make some type of noise to get their attention?
No, there's no use on doing that. They're too far. We're just gonna have to wait till they get closer. Is it my imagination, or is it getting colder?
No. I've been feeling it for the past 5 minutes. It's only now that it's been taking a toll on me. If we had oars or something to keep us warm.
Shh. Don't you hear that?
What? A whistle? I heard it just a moment ago.
No. It sounds like it's something different. It sounds like running water or something. There. Don't you hear it now?
What can it be? There's no water except for what is under us. But it's chilly.
Mom's gonna be frozen by the time she wakes up.
It's getting louder and louder every minute.
Perhaps it may be land, but I highly doubt that. not drifted that far.
Good God, what is that?
It's just an iceberg. Steady there, you'll be in the water in about a minute if you're not careful enough. Lucky for us, it's calm. We'll be in the water in about a minute.
As it is, we'll only freeze to death is not what you mean.
Here, come help me push this thing away from the boat. My hands are frozen.
There's no use in putting any effort. The boat is much too heavy and you can't get a grip on ice.
I never thought of that.
You thought of what?
The steamer, man. The steamer. Think of all the danger she is in if she comes this way. She'll ram into the iceberg.
Well, you want to get nearer to us.
Don't do that. Don't. You're gonna think it's cries of help and come right this way. Not a sound.
If we don't yell, they're liable to pass right by us and not even know it.
We can die, but we can't let others die just to save our own. She must be right on top of us.
She must have gone away. That's it. I'm not going to stay here and die and come full ideas! Help! Help!
You fool! You should have known what to expect!
Help! Okay, even with you. You loafer, if you were going to get to shore. I don't hear her anymore. She must have crashed into something.
No, that can't be it. We would have heard shouts or something. I know what it was. It was the iceberg melting and a piece just fell in the water.
That iceberg almost crushed us! You can stay here and die if you want. We'll be crushed like flies. I'll take my chances and swim for it. Let me go! This is alright for you? You want to die. You want me to die too? You murderer!
You fool, you can't even swim in this! It's icy water, you'll be dead in about 5 minutes! Be sensible! Act like a man! She might be gone anyways.
I think I heard the boat. But it's very faint.
Yeah. And I hear something in the waters and oars creaking in the oarlocks.
Wait. We must lower the boat!
That can't be good. Is that them?
Look, yeah!
Hello there.
Hello!
Are you people from Starland?
Yes! You see? Mount Everest was just right after all. I wish you can forget the unpleasant between us. I have to admit, I was a bit rattled.
I have forgotten all about it.
Thank you. You certainly are a welcome sight.
You took a funny island to land on. Why are you making things so close to the spur? Cold, wasn't it?
It was pretty cold, but we didn't have any oars to help us swim away.
Woman sick?
She has been asleep.
Where's the kid?
In her arms, but how did you know?
If it wasn't for it crying, we couldn't have missed you. Why did you give us a shout or make some sort of ruckus?
We thought you would run into this berg and crash.
But we couldn't have passed you and never had an inkling.
In a case like that, officer, one has to really take chances.
That's very fine of you, I must say. Most people have only a thought of themselves. As it hasn't been for the kid crying, we couldn't have missed you. I was on the first bridge with the first officer when we've been worried about this bird. And when I was walking up, we slowed down. And two were very creepy and stopped altogether. The tree wanted to stop when we heard the cry. And I said to the first officer, it sounds like a kid falling, doesn't it? And it kept getting plainer and plainer. And children would take the bird too. And we heard the cry again. And I said to the first officer, it sounds like a kid crying for sure. We remembered we've been ordered to people look out for any survivors off the Starland. The first officer said, they're finding some of the poor devils off the Starland. He wanted me to lower a boat. So I grabbed my compass and jumped in. You could hear the kid crying all the time. couldn't we?
Yes, sir.
So that's how they will drive Jake Gorski. I was here myself, and after the father goes up, the crying stopped. That's right, pick her up. The secret will be here any moment now. Fasten the line to the ship. Go tow her back to the ship.
Poor, happy woman.
Well,
The woman is dead.
dead? Too bad. But the child's alright, of course.
The child died yesterday morning. It's been over 24 hours.
A bit hard to say, isn't he? I suppose like this affect many of them that way.
He told you the exact truth of the matter.
Of course. All fast? Are you coming or are you staying where you are?
I'd rather stay with the dead.
You go, beggar.
Officer, we've told you the exact truth, as I said. But what the story you just finished telling us is completely bizarre.